Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Norristown Area High School Gymnasium for tonight's boys basketball action between the Norristown Eagles and the Whippets from Downingtown. This is the first game for the Norristown Eagles at home and our broadcast debut for boys basketball. And we're looking at a real exciting game. Downingtown comes in with a 1-1 record. They beat the Pottstown Trojans, but to the St. Pius X Wing Lions. Norristown has not played in regular action yet. They went on a scrimmage tear there. They played Pottstown, Hempfield, and Williamsport at Chambersburg, where they did a rotation scrimmage. And talking to Coach McGee and Coach Behrens, it seems like Norristown might have the butterflies tonight. They might have a little home crowd jitters, but they say that Downingtown is void of this. They've already played 2 games and they've had some experience on the floor. Looking out on the court right now, we see a real big Downingtown lineup filled with juniors and seniors. We have guys standing 6'3", 6'4", 6'8", and weighing over 200 pounds. Whereas for Norristown, we have all different experience levels, sophomores, juniors, and seniors. And the tallest guy out there would be our 6'8" Ed Moore. But we're looking for an exciting game. Norristown has got a lot of press recently and looking to have a great season with a lot of returning lettermen. And Downingtown, of course, always a threat. They're not in our league, but Downingtown is always a good squad. We have the starting lineups for Norristown. It'll be Maurice Allen. He's a junior, stands 5'11". Marcus Green, who's a sophomore, who stands 5'8". Ed Moore, the 6'8" senior. TJ Tolles, 6'2" senior. And James Wiggins, a 6'1" junior. For Downingtown, we have Charles Walton, who's a 5'11" senior. Brian McAllister, 6'1" senior. Brian Hengst, a 6'2" junior. Daryl Johnson, a 6'4" senior. And Chris Leno, a 6'5" junior. As I said, some of those guys are weighing way over 200 pounds, and it looks like they're going to be tough on the boards. You're sitting in with a colleague of mine, John Price, but tonight John's working the Central Bucks West cable station as the Central Bucks West football team prepares for their playoff game in the state football championships. We want to thank Carl Moore and Carl Baker, our cameramen for tonight, and of course Tony Koya and the entire communications staff for their help with this game. I think Tom McGee said it best when Downingtown has a very big pressure defense, and Norristown has to be ready for that pressure defense. As I said, they have some tall guys, but they also have some quickness out on the court. Tom McGee said that the key to Norristown's game tonight would be their transition game, to see whether they can take the ball inbounds and move it up the floor against the Downingtown defense, and also off the rebound and move it up against that same defense. So we're looking for a good game here between Downingtown and Norristown, a non-league game, but still an important one as the Norristown Eagles get their feet wet in the 1997-98 season. All right, welcome back to Norristown Area High School for tonight's basketball action between Norristown Eagles and the Downingtown Whippets. Right now we'll have the starting lineups. Once again, for the Downingtown Whippets, it will be number 14, Charles Walton, number 22, Brian McAllister, number 24, Brian Hengst, number 44, Daryl Johnson, number 54, Chris Leno. For Norristown, it'll be number 4, Marcus Green, number 15, Maurice Allen, number 20, Ed Moore, number 31, James Wiggins, and number 40, TJ Tolson. At halftime of tonight's game, we'll be interviewing Danny Evans, who's a sophomore here at Norristown and a member of the junior varsity squad. We'll be asking Danny some questions about the program that Coach Johnson has established for those JV players. Binky Johnson, the assistant coach and JV coach, and helping out with Coach McGee and ranks, and also Mike Evans helping out with the freshman team. So we're looking forward to interviewing Danny at halftime and getting some insight as to what's going on with the program at this stage of the game for Norristown. We want to thank also Mike Santangelo and the Birdcage for helping us out here tonight. The Birdcage is a refreshment stand, so if any of you fans want to come out to the game and enjoy a soda or a hot dog, you're more than welcome to, and that's the Birdcage, sponsored by Norristown Zen Club. Right now, Miss Toya Ellis is introducing the non-starters, and you see Andy James out there. You see some new colors town. They got black T-shirts. There's a rumor going about that there's going to be black uniforms next season. That's an unconfirmed rumor, of course, but you know, you always hear it first. You always hear it first from us. Bobby Mayo, Joe Roscoe, Salim Campbell, number 11 out there. Brad Weldon, Lee Fowler, Ed Martin, Milan Dean, Josiah Perry, Donald Vaughn, just some of the non-starters for the night game. Josiah Perry is nursing an injury from the football season. He's not even in uniform tonight. But we're looking for big things from the Norristown squad. It looks like they have some real experience out there for the non-starters. And of course, in the starting ranks, we have 5 guys who have a lot of experience on the course. Marcus Green, the first one that they're introducing, is a sophomore who had a great freshman year last year, and he really was a general on the court. And then you have this guy right here who has a lot of experience as well. That's Maurice Allen. Now Eddie Moore, the 6'8" senior. Eddie's been by a lot of coaches in a lot of colleges. And then there's James Wiggins, number 31, and the last one would be number 40, TJ Tolson. The Eagles are coached by Tom McGee, assisted by Dean Barons and Binky Johnson, and Ted Monaco, also assistant coach Mike Evans. The referees for tonight's games are Ray Klepczynski and Rick Fertig. The guys will be doing the calls tonight. We're looking for a good game from them. Looks like we're going to go right to the... Looks like we're going to skip that traditional national anthem here at Norristown, so we'll get right underway. As players take the floor at the jump ball, we have Eddie Moore going up against Daryl Johnson. Daryl 6'8", Eddie Moore 6'8". And it's controlled by Norristown, and right away they go to the breakaway. Number 31, James Wiggin, with his first 2 points for the night. Full court press for the Eagles. The Whippets have a little trouble responding, and they don't turn it over, but they have to take it out again. Full court pressure by the Eagles. Little trap here. Downingtown gets it to half court, over half court, wide open, and he misses it. That was number 44, Daryl Johnson, with the miss. Rebounded by Norristown. They bring it back down. That's 2 points for Maurice Allen, and already about to a 4-0 lead with just 30 seconds going by in the game. Looks like this pressure defense is getting to the Whippets. Full court football pass. There's number 54. He dribbles it off his foot. Norristown takes over. Another turnover for the Whippets. That's 2. Marcus Green taking it down. Passes off to number 15, Maurice Allen, back to Green. Green to Wiggins. Wiggins into Eddie Moore. Eddie Moore back to Green. Green for 3. It's Eagles take a big 7-0 commanding lead as Marcus Green puts in a 3-pointer. More pressure defense by the Eagles. They got a little trap going on. Ball's going to belong to the Whippets, but they look flustered out there. All the pregame hype might be going right down the drain right now. Looks like the Eagles mean business this season. 1997-98 starting out pretty good. 7-0 lead against Downingtown. It's number 14, Charles Walton against Marcus Green. Green being honest with his defense. That's number 24, Brian Hengst. Hengst passes to number 22, McAllister. McAllister over to Johnson. Walton penetrates, but he doesn't get anything. Now he gets an open shot, nothing there. Rebound by Tolson. Tolson out to Green. Over to Allen. Allen pulls it up, back to Green at the top. Over to Eddie Moore. Eddie Moore turns and shoots. That's in there, and the Eagles take a 9-0 lead, and the Whippets are looking really, really bad right now. Eagles have together. Breaking the press, but not before a traveling violation against Brian McAllister. Eagles take over on another turnover. That's James Wiggin taking the ball out into Marcus Green. Green, the general on the court right now. He controls the offense. Into Eddie Moore, turnaround jumper, no good. Rebounded by Chris Leno. Downingtown pushing it up the floor. Pulls up with a shot, that's Johnson. Green with the rebound, Green back down. They got 2-on-2. Green's gonna take it all the way, and an Allen Iverson-like mood, and he gets it. He gets the basket and the foul. Downingtown coach is looking a little disgusted right now. They have to call a timeout. 5:48 left in the first quarter, and Norristown all over Downingtown, 11-0. Right now, it looks like Norristown's just taken over. Got a lot of point production on the floor. Marcus Green with a three-pointer and another basket to have 5 points for him. Maurice Allen has 2. James Wiggin has 2. Eddie Moore has 2. So real spread-out offensive push by the Eagles, whereas we have no offense for Downingtown. There's a lot of turnovers and a lot of sloppy play by the Whippets. The coach over there on the bench must be thinking, what's going on? My team has some experience. Norristown's coming fresh out of practice. But Coach McGee has some surprises up his sleeve, and it looks like Norristown really has it together tonight. Coming up on the boys basketball schedule, they go into Henderson's gym on Thursday to take on Henderson, and then on Friday they're at Central Bucks West, so games back-to-back for the Eagles. And then they're back home on the 9th against William Tennant. Marcus Green taking one shot, trying to convert it to three-pointer. And he misses it. He has 5 points tonight. Eddie Moore with a rebound, puts it right back up. And Eddie Moore now has 4 points for the night. Whippets trying to break that full court pressure. Green gets his hand in there. Nothing. There's Allen to take it right away from him. Allen up for 2. And the Eagles now have a 15-0 lead. Maurice Allen with a quick 2 points there. Downingtown, oh, that would have been a backcourt violation. The referee wasn't there. We also have a traveling violation called on Charles Walton. Checking in for the game is Alex Lafayette, a 6'5" senior weighing 225 pounds, looks more like a football player than a basketball player. Looks like he's going to add some muscle inside against Eddie Moore. Wiggins into Green. Green dribbles up the court, checks out the Eagles. Over to Allen, into number 40. Tolson blocked by Daryl Johnson. And the Eagles retain possession of the ball. Tolson to Allen. Allen back to Tolson. I'm sorry, that's Wiggins. He pulls up, no good. Eddie, they're getting all over the place. I can't even keep track of them anymore. It's TJ Tolson with the rebound, and he's been fouled. Foul's going to go against number 22, Brian McAllister. That's his first foul. Downingtown has 2 fouls. We'll have TJ Tolson going to the line. Shoot 2. Norristown with that 15-0 lead right now. 4:59 to go in the first quarter. Tolson misses his first one. This could be crucial. This may not seem very important right now with a 15-0 lead, but Norristown missing a couple free throws here. You know, they could keep building up on that lead, and this may affect them down the run. But Tolson puts in the second one. He has a point tonight. More prints from the Eagles. Downingtown looking a little confused. They're not used to this full court pressure, I guess. Eddie Moore tries to stick a hand in there, but nothing. Backcourt violation. Called against the Whippets. They got away with one earlier, and the second one, now they get called on. The Norristown taking it out. Passes it into Marcus Green. Marcus Green is sophomore, coming off a pretty good freshman year last year. Wiggins to Allen. Back to Green to Wiggins, moving the ball around. Wiggins, Allen for three, no good. Rebound goes to Tolson. Yep, TJ Tolson over to Wiggins. Wiggins, partial block shot. That belonged to the Eagles. Touched the back of the backboard. It still belongs to the Eagles. 16-0 Eagles, 4:27 left in the first quarter. It's all been Norristown tonight. There's Allen with the ball. Looking for Eddie Moore. Green over to Allen to Wiggins. Wiggins pulls up for three. It's in there. James Wiggins with a big three-pointer, and he takes his third, fourth, and fifth point of the night. Norristown takes over on another transition turnover for the Whippets. Marcus Green takes the ball again. Looks into Eddie Moore, nothing there. Goes over to Maurice Allen. Allen to Wiggins. Back to Allen, over to Green. Into Eddie Moore, the 6'8 senior. Tolson underneath, and he's going to be fouled. We're going to have another foul on the Whippets. That's their third foul. I think the foul's on number 24, Brian Hengst. It is. It's his first foul of the night. Third foul for Downingtown, and Norristown takes the ball back in. Wiggins into Allen. Allen over to Marcus Green. Green into the 6'8 senior Eddie Moore, and he loses the handle on it. Mistake the Eagles made tonight. Eddie Moore right off his hands, out of bounds. We have a substitution for the Eagles. That's Andy James, number 00, and number 25, Ryan Shockley. Coach McGee, smart move here, getting some substitutes in, giving his starters a rest. Same kind of pressure defense, though. Shockley and James fitting right into the program. Whippets getting it across half court. Yes, they do. Eagles, this is the first time they've had to play defense. I don't think the Whippets have even gotten a shot off. Little back door, nothing there. Tolson with it, off to Marcus Green. And Norristown back up the court. Eddie Moore, the senior, turns around with big block. Big block, though, by Alex Lafayette. Alex is standing 6'5", 225, puts it right back in Eddie Moore's face. Shot off the top of the backboard by Brian McAllister, and Whippets stay scoreless. 19-0, Norristown. Andy James, ball into Marcus Green. Green dribbles it up over the timeline and starts to play. Andy James to Shockley, into Moore, back to James. James looks at three, thinks about it, and then it's called on a traveling call. We've seen this again, and we'll see it. We've seen it before, and we'll see it again. Andy James takes that step before he puts the ball down when he wants to drive the basket. We have another substitution, Brad Weldon, a guy who got a lot of experience last year on the court. He's in for Norristown. Once again, McGee going to his deep bench. McAllister to bring the ball in. Brings it into Hengst. Hengst trapped in the corner. Tries to hit off a Norristown leg, and he does that. Norristown big-time defense here. McAllister looking for someone to pass it to. There's no one there. Up top of the key, Charles Walton. Walton guarded by Andy James. Inside, nothing. Eddie Moore steals it. Now it's Marcus Green and Andy James. He with a two-step, misses the layup. Little nervous energy there by Andy James. He's going to have to settle down and get some points. Marcus Green, though, never gives up. He steals the ball. He takes it back out to Ryan Shockley. He puts it into Ed Moore. Back to Shockley. Shockley for two. Ryan Shockley scores 2 points. Ryan's a 6'3" senior. Got some time last year when Marcus Green needed a seat. There's Lafayette, and Lafayette, Alex Lafayette, has all the points for the Whippets. 4 points, 21-4 town. Surprise start for the Eagles. Not surprising that they scored this many points, but what about Downingtown? Nothing there. Eddie Moore takes a shot with nothing. Daryl Johnson with the rebound. Out to Walton. Walton pushes it up the court, guarded by Marcus Green. Green has a shoelace untied. We won't tell him about that. Lafayette, nothing for there. But Johnson with a rebound and the putback, and Daryl Johnson has his first 2 points. Green pushes it down the court real quickly. Shockley, pointer. Shockley has 5 points, and it's all Norristown, 24-6. If I sound excited, I am. Norristown really turning it on here and showing the Whippets you don't come into our court with any big predictions. Here's McAllister. McAllister looking it over the offense. Over to Hengst. Hengst looking, nothing there. He goes inside to Johnson, back to Walton. Walton puts it up, it's a big brick. Eddie Moore the rebound, out to Ryan Shockley. Shockley driving down the court. Up, too many steps, Ryan. This isn't the NBA. He took 3 steps to hit that basket. He smiles, he realizes what he did. He's favoring one leg. Maybe we need a substitution from Coach McGee. The Whippets bring in number 32, Ryan Cheney, and Brian Hanks takes a seat on the bench with 41 seconds left in the first quarter. Walton bringing the ball up, guarded by the sophomore Green. Tenacious defender, reminiscent of the late Omar Jenkins. Lafayette with the ball, can't get it. Johnson now has the ball, passes it right to Weldon. Weldon takes it down the court. He's going to take it himself, and he's going to get fouled. Foul's going to be on number 15, Maurice Allen. That's his first foul and Norristown's first foul. They've been staying out of foul trouble early. Coach McGee putting another starter back in. That's Maurice Allen. Ryan Shockley sitting down. It's like Ryan has his favor in his right leg. He's going to head right off to our great trainer, Dennis Flynn. Dennis does a great job. He's one of the best trainers in the Suburban 1 League, if not the best. That's number 41, Brad Weldon, shooting. He misses the first one. Norristown having some trouble at the free throw line, but it really doesn't matter in a game like this. With a 24-6 lead, only 20 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Weldon puts up the second shot. He misses it, but Eddie Moore gets the rebound. Weldon over to James. James with a sort of off-balance shot. Back into Weldon. Weldon scores. 2 points for Brad Weldon, and the Eagles increase that lead to 20. It took 8 seconds left in the first quarter. Downingtown doesn't even seem like they know what's going on. That's Cheney. He shoots a long bomb trying to get on the play of the day there. Nothing there. And I'll tell you right now, Norristown is taking over 26-6 at the end of the first quarter. Norristown taking total control of the game at the end of the first quarter. Pretty spread out scoring. Marcus Green has 5, Maurice Allen 4, Eddie Moore 4, Shockley and Wiggins both have 5. On the floor right now, we have the 1997 varsity cheerleading staff. Megan Bean, Tink Brennan, Julie Carbone, Kelly Fryer, co-captain Lindsey Gebman, Kristen Harper, co-captain Alicia Hartenstein, Leanne Ivins, Nicole Lawrence, Shanna Shambrick, Tracy Rogers, Lauren McCabe, and Kristen Mako. And they do a great job out there. Norristown cheerleaders doing a fine job, as are the Norristown Eagles. A big-time lead here, point lead. It's nothing like the JV game. The JV game ended in a 64-54 Norristown loss. But I'll tell you, some of those JV players may be getting some varsity experience this year. There's some really good players out there, and one of those players is Danny Evans, and he is going to be our guest at halftime for a short little interview with a student athlete here at Norristown. I have him in class, had him for the past two years in English class. And I'll tell you, Danny Evans is the kind of student that you like to have in class, and he's a good athlete too. Coach Behrens has good things to say about him. Nothing there for Walton. Moore gets the rebound. Over to Allen, back to James. James with 2, and that's his first 2 points of the night. Andy James with 2 points. We have an official timeout. Al Fertig goes over to the bench. Excuse me, Rick Fertig. Looks like we have a uniform problem. Number 40, Tim Harvey, checks into the game. Try to figure out what the problem is here. Looks like there's going to be a technical foul. Not really sure what it is, though. We'll have to find out what that was. It looks like it may be that Number 40, Tim Harvey, didn't check in at the scorer's table. Nonetheless, Green will be shooting 2. Misses the first one. That's it. We get the word from our astute referee, Ray Klepczynski, and he tells us that number 40, Tim Harvey, didn't report, and that's a technical foul. Green misses the first one, but he makes the second one, and Norristown gets the ball, too. Marcus Green with 6 points. Andy James will take it into Marcus Green. James 0-0, Marcus Green 4. That's Eddie Moore 21, Brad Weldon number 41, and number 50 Allen. Eddie Moore, top of the key. Marcus Green goes for 3. It was tipped, rebounded by the Whippets. That's number 32, Ryan Cheney. Little scramble on the floor, looks like a rugby match, and there's going to be a foul. It's going to be a foul. Looks like it's going to be 0-0, Andy James. That's his first foul. Team's second foul. 1 foul on Maurice Allen, 1 foul on Andy James. Will take the ball out. Substitute into the game. That's Daryl Johnson coming back in for the Whippets. Tim Harvey sits down. Tim Harvey cost him a point there on the technical because he didn't check in. Having more trouble getting it across that timeline with that pressure defense by Norristown. There's Cheney, nothing there. Lafayette, nothing. Now it's Maurice Allen, and he dribbles it off his knee. It'll go back to the Whippets. Turnover for Norristown, one of the few of this game. It's 29-6, Norristown 7:03 in the second quarter. 7:03 to go in the second quarter. Green with the pressure. Allen 2. Allen intercepts the ball. He has Green open. He takes up. Nothing there. Weldon with a rebound. Nothing there. Cheney takes the ball for the Whippets. Ryan Cheney across the line. He doesn't know where to pass to, but it goes to Daryl Johnson. Johnson pulls up. Nothing there. Weldon with the rebound. Over to Marcus Green. He's got Allen. Nope. Allen's going to take it by himself. He had Andy James right there, but he took it himself. Maurice Allen has 6 points on the night. Let's take a 25-point lead. It's 31-6. I didn't say that wrong. It's 31-6. Norristown with the lead. And the Downingtown Whippets, who were really hyped up for this game, it looks like they're really cold now. Shooting up a lot of bricks, turning over the ball a lot. Not a good transition game. It's Walton over to McAllister. Eddie Moore sticks a hand in there. Cheney up to Lafayette. It's off Andy James. It'll belong to Downingtown. We have a slew of substitutes come Norristown. 1 coming in for the Whippets. That's number 24, Brian Hanks, back into the game. We'll try to get you the subs. That's Bobby Mayo, number 3. Number 40 is TJ Tolson. Number 54, Lee Fowler. Weldon, nope, no steal there. Hanks over to Johnson. Johnson pulls up, nothing there. Weldon with the rebound, guarded by Lafayette. Ahead to Maurice Allen. Maurice Allen again, all alone. And he's not cherry picking. He's just got a lot of hustle and out points on the night. 33-6, Norristown. Bobby Mayo on the defense. Cheney gets it across the timeline. Into Johnson in the corner. Guarded by Tolson. Over to Lafayette. Alex Lafayette, nothing there. He's having a little tough time with the handle. Fowler to Bobby Mayo. Bobby Mayo brings it up the court. Over to Weldon. Weldon looks inside to Tolson. TJ Tolson, nothing there. Bobby Mayo. Mayo dishes back to Maurice Allen, who has 8 points on the night. That's Weldon. Slips a little for it. Nothing there. Lee Fowler with a rebound. Nothing there. Alex Lafayette with a big rebound. Bobby Mayo not giving up, though. Tough defense. Ball's going to belong to Norristown. And another substitution in here, number 11, Salim Campbell. Salim in my homeroom, a nice kid. He's also a soccer player. And he gets a little action now with such a big lead, 27-point lead for the Eagles. Salim Campbell, Salim Campbell, back to Weldon, over to Campbell. Campbell looks, nothing there. Inside to Fowler. Fowler pulls up, nothing. Salim pulls up. He gets nothing with a Cheney with a rebound. Cheney to Hanks. Hanks brings it up behind the back. Hanks guarded by Weldon. Interrupted by Tolson. Weldon has the ball. Takes an easy layup. Doesn't get cocky. Doesn't get too selfish with the ball. He takes it up. He has 6. I'm getting tired here. I mean, I'm talking so much about Norristown. I haven't had that break. I need someone to help me down here. Oh, look, here's Mr. Santangelo. Mr. Santangelo sponsor of the N Club, the Birdcage, and Salim Campbell lays it up for his first 2 points. Mr. Tangelo, you've seen a little bit of this game. What do you think so far?
One of the best games I ever seen Norristown play. Incredible game.
Bobby Mayo with a 2-pointer there, and the score is 39-6, and this is getting almost silly now. And better start warming up the bus, because they better get home at halftime. Hanks pulls up, nothing. Alex Lafayette back up with a shot, and he's fouled. Fouls on number 3, Bobby Mayo, his first foul. Checking into the game is Joe Roscoe, number 21, or excuse me, number 20, number 31, James Wiggins takes his seat. I think I've been calling James Wiggins Brad Weldon. I'll tell you, this action is so fast, though, I can't keep track of these players. It's just a blur when they go by me. Alex Lafayette has 4 points on the night. He's shooting 2. And the first one he makes, now it's 5 points. Substitutions for Downingtown, number 12, Ken Williams coming into the game. That's the first time we've seen Ken. We also have another substitute, but he's coming in for the shooter, Alex Lafayette. Lafayette puts up the second one, and of 8 points that Downingtown has scored, Lafayette has 6 of them, and he's the one who takes a seat on the bench. That's number 20, Jeff Kitchen, in for the Whippets. Bobby Mayo brings it down, over to Salim Campbell. Campbell to Roscoe. Roscoe back to Campbell. Roscoe now with the ball. Back to Salim Campbell. Salim to Joe Roscoe. Roscoe to Campbell. Campbell drives over to Bobby Mayo. Oop, Bobby took a step. Sorry, Bobby, you're going to have to turn that one over. Took a step before he put the ball down. Downingtown takes it over. 9-8. Sounds like a football score. 3:33 left in the second quarter. More pressure defense by the Eagles. Joe Roscoe, Bobby Mayo, and Salim Campbell, and Salim steals it. Pulls up for the 2, nothing. That's number 20, Jeff Kitchen with a rebound. Drives across half court. Bobby Mayo picks his pocket right to Salim Campbell. Over to Shockley. I'm sorry, that's Tolson. Salim Campbell up with a shot, no good. Kitchen gets fouled. That's number 40, TJ Tolson, in the game for the Eagles, having a little shirt problem there. He keeps bringing that shirt out. Non-shooting foul. Foul's on Bobby Mayo. I'm sorry, it was on Salim Campbell. That's Salim's first foul. Only 4 fouls for Norristown. Ken Williams over to Jeff Kitchen. Kitchen to number 30, but Mike Eisenhart, he turns it over. Stone cold hands off the bench. Joe Roscoe to bring it in for the Eagles, over to Bobby Mayo. Mayo to Salim Campbell. Back to Mayo. Mayo directs the traffic on the court. Passes to Joe Roscoe. Roscoe looks around the court. Back to Bobby Mayo, number 3. Number 3 to Joe Roscoe. Joe controls it, back to Mayo. Guarded by Darrell Johnson. Little trap in the corner. Bobby Mayo responds, gives it off to TJ Tolson, and he drives, and he's fouled. Foul will be on number 54, Chris Linall. It's his first foul, the 5th foul for the Whippets, and we'll have TJ Tolson going to the line, trying to add to his 1 point tonight. He makes the first one. Tolson with the second one, he makes it. He now has 3 points, and we have a substitution coming in, number 35, and he takes over for Tolson. Tolson leaves the game right now with 3 points. Ed Martin, a 6'3" senior, number 35. Here's Kitchen. Kitchen to Eisenhart. Inside to Linall. Linall puts it up, and he scores his first 2 points of the night. Mayo to Roscoe. Roscoe for 3, and it's good. Joe Roscoe, 3-pointer. 44-10. Total annihilation by the Eagles. I'll tell you, my colleague John Price is missing a good game here tonight. Foul called. Looks like it's going to be on number 35, Ed Martin. He just got in the game, and he's called for a foul. That's the way it goes. Looks like Brian McAllister. Nope. Check that. It's number 12, Ken Williams, will go to the line for the Whippets. And he scores point of the night, Ken Williams. And the 11th point for the Whippets. Williams, nothing. Rebound, Martin. Martin ahead to Mayo, over to Salim Campbell. Salim Campbell pulls up, and he's got 3 points. So make that 4 points for the night. Salim Campbell getting a little playing time now in a game like this. Steal by Roscoe, but out on him again. Whole bunch of substitutions coming back in for the Whippets. That's Charles Walton back in, and Brian McAllister, Lafayette. Brian Hanks, starters are back in. I guess they got their time on the bench. Daryl Johnson stays on the floor for Downingtown. It's McAllister bringing the ball in. Over to Walton. Walton guarded by Bobby Mayo. That's number 3. Salim Campbell gets a hand in there, but the Whippets get across half court now. Maybe they can set something up here. They have a long road back. 35-point deficit. Hinkst, guarded by Salim Campbell. Over to Johnson to Walton. Walton guarded by Joe Roscoe. Tough defense. Joe's going to be called for a foul. I believe that's his second. Nope, check that. That's his first. Joe Roscoe with his first foul. More substitutions for the Eagles. It's Milan Dean, number 33, and Donald Vaughn, number 23. I believe Donald Vaughn also was a football player for Norristown. Brian Hinkst pulls up for the shin there. Bobby Mayo with a rebound. Off Bobby Mayo, out of bounds. I'm looking around Norristown's gym for my halftime guest, Danny Evans. Danny plays on the JV. I don't see Danny. Hopefully he stops by and gives us some insight into the program that Coach Johnson is setting up for that JV squad. Charles Walton controlling the ball for the Whippets. We have about a minute to go now in the second quarter. McAllister pulls up. Johnson with a rebound. Back to nothing. There's Bobby Mayo. He's got Roscoe all alone. Roscoe scoring. He has 5 points. Balanced offensive attack here. And we see Mr. Santangelo going to the birdcage. Birdcage refreshment stand, and there's going to be a lot of refreshment out there for those Norristown fans. Lafayette with 2. Alex Lafayette has 8 points. He's the only shining star on the Whippet squad tonight. 27.3 seconds to go. Mayo controls it, looking for the last shot. Bobby Mayo, guarded by Charles Walton. Mayo, off to number 33. Milan Dean, it's stolen by Daryl Johnson. Daryl Johnson puts it up, no good. Rebound by Milan Dean. Dean all the way, coast to coast, puts up a brick, nothing. Alex Lafayette with a rebound with 2 seconds to go. And let's look, we're going to the locker room, folks. We're going to the locker room with a 48-13 halftime score. A 35-point lead for Norristown, and any signs of offense by the Whippets is totally gone. We thought they were going to be really hot off the bench. They're 1-1, the big win over Pottstown, but a loss to Pius. But I'll tell you, the Downingtown Whippets are really cold right now with hands like bricks. And we'll be back with the halftime show right after this. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Second half action, Norristown versus Downingtown in boys basketball action. And that first half was a wild one. The Eagles have a 35-point lead. Yes, I said 35-point lead. It's 48-13 in favor of Norristown. And the first half scoring led by Maurice Allen. He has 8 points. James Wiggins has 7. Marcus Green has Salim Campbell 4. Ed Moore 4. Ryan Shockley 5, so it's a balanced offensive attack. I apologize for no halftime show there. My student athlete Danny Evans didn't show up, but we'll try to get him next time. As Norristown takes the ball out, it's Maurice Allen on the court, Marcus Green. James Wiggins with the ball right now. He pulls up. James Wiggins has 9 points on the night. Also on the floor for Norristown, Eddie, and number 40, T.J. Tolson. Downingtown's Alex Lafayette has the ball. Out to number 14, Charles Walton. Walton dribbles in. Nothing there. Rebound by TJ Tolson. Ahead to Maurice Allen. Allen takes it himself, and Allen has 10 points on the night. Maurice Allen looking really smooth on the court tonight. He's a good complement to Marcus Green. Marcus Green handles the ball well. Maurice Allen likes to put the ball in the basket. Lafayette, the big man out top, guarded by Eddie Moore. Over to number 24, Brian Hengst. Hengst to Johnson. Johnson into Lafayette. Could have been a 3-second violation. Lafayette puts it up, nothing. Lafayette gets his own rebound, back up. And it's not in there. Rebound, TJ Tolson. Tolson came down a little funny there. Green out to Allen. Allen looks for the fake. Back to Green. Green drops it. Dishes off to TJ Tolson. Tolson pulls up. And the banks are open tonight, baby. The banks are open. It's after 8 o'clock, but the banks are still open. TJ Tolson with another 2 points, and it's 5 points for TJ Tolson. And the Eagles take a 54-13 lead. This is more like a football score. Hanks with the ball. Over to Lafayette. Lafayette playing guard right now. He looks like a center, but he's playing guard. Marcus Green, 3-on-2. Allen to number 31. James, a little fancy ball there. They can afford it right now. 56-13. James Wiggins with 11 points on the night. Green guards Walton, and no more full court press for the Eagles. Hengst pulls up. Three-pointer for Brian Hengst, his first three of the night. And the Whippets finally score in the second half. Allen pulls up, nothing there. Lafayette with the rebound. Lafayette to Walton. Walton brings it up over the timeline. Guarded by Green, over to Hengst. Hengst takes a step towards the basket to Daryl Johnson. Johnson turns, shot no good, follow up, no good. Brian McAllister with 2 points. Marcus Green ahead to James Wiggins. Green pulls up for three, it's no good. Rebound, Maurice Allen, little guy in there. It's gonna be a foul there. Maurice Allen, I'll tell you, what a hustler. 5'11", one of the shorter guys on the court at this point, and he's hustling for the rebound. Non-shooting foul. Take the ball out, puts it into Marcus Green. Marcus Green dribbles to the top. Eddie Moore. Fancy footwork for Ed, nothing there. Brick off the glass. Back to Eddie Moore. Over to Tolson. Tolson out to Green. Green looks, drives the basket, dishes back to Maurice Allen. Allen pulls up the three-pointer, no good. Tolson with the rebound. Tolson back up strong, no good. Maurice Allen with the rebound. He's going to be fouled again. Foul's called on Brian McAllister. That's his third foul of the day. Moore over to Allen. Back to Wiggins. Wiggins pulls up for three-pointer. James Wiggins with 14 points in the night. He leads all scorers. Charles Walton brings it up the court. Over to Hengst. Guarded by Wiggins. Inside. Intercepted by Allen, but out on Allen. Whippets retain possession of the ball. Next for the Norristown Eagles, we're already looking ahead. They're going to go to Henderson. And I talked to one of the Henderson scouts at halftime as Lafayette puts up a basket. Alex Lafayette with 10 points. I talked to a Henderson scout, and I guess what he's looking for is to try to break that Norristown press, which really sunk the Whippets early on. Maurice Allen with another 2 points, and he has 12. My pen's getting a real workout down here. We got a lot of scoring from Norristown. 61-20 with 4:15 left to go in the third quarter. And there's a tip there, so it won't be a backcourt violation as McAllister brings the ball up for the Whippets. Over to number 14, Charles Walton to Hengst. Brian Hengst. Guarded by Allen, a little intercepted there. Lafayette gets a handle on the ball, but he's going to be fouled by number 31, James Wiggins. He had a hand on his back. That'd be called pass interference in football, but it's called a simple foul here in basketball. Wiggins called on the foul. That's his first foul of the night. Norristown only has about 6 or 7 fouls in the entire game, one here in the second half. Hengst pulls up for three. Hengst no good. Rebound Daryl Johnson. Johnson and Alex Lafayette. Lafayette puts it up and makes it. 12 points for Alex Lafayette. He has almost all the scoring for the Whippets. Maurice Allen over to Green. Green to Wiggins. Wiggins to Moore. Back to Wiggins. Pulls up for three. Nothing there. Eddie Moore with the rebound. The 6'8" senior pulls it down and dishes it to Marcus Green. Eddie Moore, side, no good. Rebound, Alex Lafayette. There's going to be a pushing foul. There'll be a pushing foul on 15, Maurice Allen. And we have a substitution coming in for Norristown. James Wiggins will take a seat. Andy James out on the floor. I'm sorry? We had a pushing foul, not sure who it was on. It looks like we're going to have another technical foul here. A little dead air there. It looks like we're going to have another technical foul. These players are coming off the bench and just sweeping right into the game. Simple things, and in a close game it would may not matter, but with a 39-point lead, it's not much of a difference. Andy James didn't check properly in with the officials, and he's not too happy with it, but it's one of those simple things that, as a basketball player, you just have to do. You have to check into the game. It's no big deal here. We have Brian McAllister going to the line. Second technical foul for that kind of thing, and a referee winks at me, and he can't believe it happened for a second time in one game. Brian McAllister misses the first one. He'll have to get another one here, and the Whippets will get the ball. You can't argue with those officials. They're keeping the game tight, even though the score's not too tight. McAllister make one. Tom McGee's going to call, looks like a 20-second timeout, just to get his players back together, go over some fundamentals. 20-second timeout for Coach McGee. And I talked to a couple people at halftime, and one of the things that was spoken by both of them is they say that Norristown can't let up on this pressure. They have to keep the pressure up because they never know. Downingtown may come out in the second half and they may be on fire. It doesn't look like that's the case right now. They're still old. But they have to keep the tempo up and the excitement up for Norristown and pull this right through the next game when they take on Henderson. Henderson's no easy game either. It looks like they're going to be a tough team to play too, but Norristown looks unbeatable right now with a 61-23 lead. 3:13 left in the third quarter. The Whippets with the ball. That's Charles Walton over to Hanks, back to Walton, guarded by Marcus Green. We have a substitute, that's Chris Lenall. Chris Lenall loses the handle, belong to Norristown. Andy James to bring the ball in for the Eagles. He's got Green and Allen in the backcourt. There's Green, right through, cutting through the defense like a knife through butter. Dishes off to Eddie Moore. No basket, but there's a foul. Eddie seems to be a little frustrated tonight. He has only 4 points, and he's playing frustrated right now. Getting a little encouragement from the sidelines here, from the stands. And the 8-point lead, Norristown's pretty comfortable. Ed Moore has to get into a groove. Foul is on Chris Lenall. That's his second foul. Eddie Moore puts up the first free throw. He makes it. It's 5 points in the night. Eddie Moore misses the second one. To the right of us, we had our cheerleaders, Leanne Ivins and Kristen Harper and Tracy Rogers, doing a fine job here tonight. Walton brings the ball across. Passes to McAllister. McAllister, Johnson. Johnson, no good. Green gets the rebound. Ahead to Andy James. Andy James, a little trickery there. Gets the ball across the half-court line. Back to Green. Green looks to Moore. Nothing there. Over to Maurice Allen. Allen into Eddie Moore with a slam, and there's nothing there. That's not looking good, Eddie. It's not looking good. You go up for a dunk, you better make it. Tom McGee doesn't look too happy about that. Maurice Allen. Going to give him another shot at it? Nope. Maurice Allen with a reverse there, and he gets another 2 points. And Allen leads also now with 14 points. Wiggins also has 14 points, but he's not on the floor right now. More tenacious defense by Marcus Green and Maurice Allen. The Whippets looking dumbfounded. The shot's up, no good. That's Tolson with a rebound. Ahead to Allen. Ball's going to be off number 24, Brian Hengst. Norristown taking the ball out. That's Allen over to Green. Green with a smile on his face, and he's got to be happy with a 64-23 lead right now. Eddie Moore off the front of the rim. Allen with a rebound. Back to Green. Green over to Maurice Allen. Guarded by Hanks. Ball going inside, nothing. Allen has it again. Green slows the pace down now. Pulls it out top, over to Andy James on the wing. James puts it up. James with 2 points. He has 4 on the night.
Way to go, James!
I can say this. The two gentlemen that were here last year, James Nelson and Frank Winkle, the commentators, are a heck of a game. Their first game in retirement. They're both teachers at Norristown, but they retired from the commentating, and they're missing a game. TJ Tolson, and he shows Eddie Moore how to do it. TJ Tolson with a slam dunk. I'll tell you, TJ Tolson really got up there. TJ only stands 6'2", but he got way up there to slam home, and he brought the Norristown crowd to its feet. They didn't need another reason to get excited with a 68-23 lead. TJ Tolson just brought the crowd to its feet, and Eddie Moore just got a lesson in how to slam dunk. Hanks with a shot, it's no good. A rebound to Eddie Moore. Andy James off his face, still gets the ball. Hands it off, nope, he's gonna take it himself. This is like a highlight show. This is like ESPN Sports Center. Norristown's just washing the Whippets all over the floor. They're just taking them to school. Green, he looks a little tired. I think he might have to go to the bench. Maurice Allen's playing a heck of a game. He has 14 points. Andy James on the free throw. James makes the first one. He has 5 points on the night. I wish I had another person here on the scorers table to take some of the blunt of this game. It's just gone nuts down here. Andy James, second free throw goes in, and he has 6 points on the night. Walton brings it up for the Whippets, guarded by Green. Green's going to be called on the foul.
Let's go, Green!
Marcus Green called on the foul. That's Marcus's first foul.
Defense!
Substitution for Norristown, that's Ryan Shockley coming back into the game. Ryan already has 5 points, and he gives Maurice Allen a much-deserved break. Maurice leaves with 14 points. Between James Wiggins and Maurice Allen, they themselves have outscored Downingtown. They have 28 points to Downingtown's 23. Eddie Moore with a steal. 3-on-1. Here comes Shockley with an easy 2 points. And Shockley has 7 points on the night. 3-on-1. Moore, Green, and Shockley, and they took it right to the Whippets. It's Walton. Walton with a double dribble. And they can't afford that. Downingtown turning the ball over again. TJ Tolson taking it up the court real easy after that slam dunk. That's Shockley off to Green. Green brings it across the timeline. 12 seconds to go in the third quarter. Can we hit 100? Can we hit the century mark? Tolson to Moore, to Tolson. Over to Shockley, and Shockley with 2 more points. Ryan Shockley, 9. And that's the end of the third quarter. And I don't believe this is a third quarter score. 74-23, Norristown totally destroying Downingtown. It's going to be a long bus ride back to Downingtown. Let's look at some of the scoring as the Downingtown cheerleaders take the floor. Maurice Allen with 14. James Wiggins with 14. Ryan Shockley, 9. Marcus Green and Andy James, 6. TJ Tolson with 5. And on Downingtown, there's only one guy in double figures. That's Alex Lafayette with 12 points. And there's no scoring from any other Whippet to say of. Hengst has 3, McAllister has 3, but no one else really to speak of. Coach McGee leaves some of his starters out there. He leaves Eddie Moore out there and Marcus Green and Andy James. But Ryan Shockley and TJ Tolson are also out there. I'll tell you what, we have a lot of fans here at Norristown too. This is probably one of the best attended games in a long time. And they're looking at a great game. A 74-23 lead at the end of 3 quarters. No one is falling asleep during this game because you never know what you're going to miss. I guess Norristown really has the possibility of going over 100 points in this game.
Defense, keep it going!
Shockley to guard the inbounds here. That's Mike Eisenhart over to Jeff Kitchen. Sub's getting a little time here for Downingtown. That's Cheney with the ball right now. Intercepted by Shockley. Shockley ahead to Green. Green with a layup. 2 points for Marcus Green. 8 points on the night. I don't know about my cameraman, but I'm getting tired. Carl Baker up there, Carl Moore, both doing a fine job on the camera with help from Tony Koya. Fine communication staff we have here at Norristown. Ball goes to Brian McCoy. He sees first action. He dribbles it off his foot. Eddie Moore taking the ball out. Over to Marcus Green. Marcus Green in the backcourt for Norristown, along Ryan Shockley. Ahead to Shockley. Shockley in the corner. Into 6'8" Eddie Moore. And he loses the handle, but it'll stay Norristown. Looking down that Norristown bench, every player has been in the game. Every single player has been in the game for Norristown. It's a good sign for Coach McGee. A deep bench. Eddie Moore with the ball. Out to Shockley for three. No good off the front of the rim. Tolson was fouled. Looks like the foul is going to be on number 50, Brian McCoy. And that'll be the case. Brian McCoy picking up his first foul. Seeing limited action in this game. Probably going to be in the whole fourth quarter now that the Whippets are losing by 53 points. TJ Tolson at the line. He adds another point, and so far he has 6 points on the night. He'll try to get a 7th right here. Has 7. Little pressure defense here. Relaxed defense. Marcus Green guarding Ryan Cheney. Check that. That's Jeff Kitchen. That's Ryan Cheney with the ball right now, guarded by Andy James. Andy strips the ball. Ahead to Marcus Green. Over to Shockley again. And Shockley's fouled. I don't think it was an intentional foul. I don't think it was intentional. I think he was going for the ball. But it was Brian on the foul. I'm sorry, that's number 30, Mike Eisenhart. And I guess he's thinking twice about that when he might have made a wrong move there. He wants to calm it down. Shockley luckily landed on his feet, or we could have had a tragic situation there. Checking in for the Whippets right now, number 40, Tim Harvey. He'll take the place of Brian McCoy. Ryan Shockley goes to the line, number 25. He has 9 points on the night. He has 10 now. He already put on a demonstration tonight on how to slam dunk that basketball. He almost had another one there. Shockley at the line for his second shot. Puts it up. I'll tell you what, Norristown's free throw shooting in the second half has been really good. They've been coming around. I guess they're relaxed now. Checking into the game for Downingtown is number 12, Ken Williams. So we have an all-sub lineup now for Downingtown. None of their starters in the game. They're all sitting on the bench with their hands over their face. Marcus Green puts it up. Eddie Moore with the alley-oop, but nothing there. Marcus Green getting a little fancy there. Doing a little Allen Iverson there, but no good. Eddie Moore couldn't get there. Marcus Green running on only one tire now. He's got a flat tire, shoe untied. Andy James for three. Nothing there, totally off. Harvey with a rebound. Green still tough on the D. Another interception by Ryan Shockley. He seems to be at the right place at the right time. Marcus Green into Eddie Moore. Spins. Tolson back to Green. Green to Shockley. Shockley thinks about it. Inside to Eddie Moore. Eddie Moore, I'm sorry, he took a couple steps. Eddie Moore just can't seem to get the handle going tonight. He only has 5 points on the night, and he just doesn't seem to be putting it together. But that's okay, because other guys like Norristown have picked up the slack. James Wiggins, Ryan Shockley. And we got substitutes all over the place for Bobby Mayo in the game, Salim Campbell, Joe Roscoe, number 41, Brad Weldon seeing more time, Lee Fowler, and the starters leave the court, and they get sort of a round of applause. I'm thinking they should get more with an 80-23 lead. As I said, it's going to be a long bus ride back for Downingtown. Salim Campbell on defense right now, and the trap by Mayo and Roscoe. Somebody's got to be open, but Brad Weldon steps in, steals the ball, ahead to Salim Campbell. Salim Campbell goes up, and he's foul's going to be on number 12, Ken Williams. First foul on Ken Williams. 5:40 left in the game. 80-23. Salim Campbell goes to the line. Campbell the fadeaway, nothing there. He mixes the first one. Campbell has 4 points on the night. Second shot up, it's good. Campbell with 5 points on the night now. And the Eagles lead 81-23. More pressure defense coming from the Eagles. Mayo and Campbell on the defense, along with Joe Roscoe, Brad Weldon, and Lee Fowler. Interception there. Salim Campbell over to Roscoe. Roscoe up for 2, and he's got it. Joe Roscoe with another basket. He has 7 points on the night, including a 3-pointer. Kitchen brings the ball up. Over to number 12, no good. Number 50, Brian McCoy, puts up a shot. Another foul called by Ray Klepczynski. Foul's going to be on number 3, Bobby Mayo. Bobby is a 5'9" senior for the Norristown Eagles, wearing number 3. That's his second foul. And the first shot by number 12, Ken Williams, doesn't go in. And the Eagles are traveling to Henderson next. And then we're going to go to CB West, and we'll be back here on the 9th against William Tennant as Bobby Mayo loses a handle on the ball. And Downingtown possession as the ball rolls all the way into the training room. Ray Klepczynski gets the ball back. Ryan Chaney brings it in. Jeff Kinchin controls it for the Whippets now. Guarded by Salim Campbell. Bobby Mayo with a steal. Over to Lee Fowler. Lee Fowler puts it up, but we have a couple steps in there, and Fowler gets called for traveling. No. Jeff Kitchen with the ball. Brings to the timeline, guarded by Salim Campbell. Campbell with some tough D now off the bench. Kitchen. Over to Cheney. Off a Norristown Eagle. Downingtown retains possession with 4:41 left in the fourth quarter. Williams brings it in to McCoy. McCoy with a shot, no good. Brad Weldon with a rebound into Bobby Mayo. Ahead to Joe Roscoe. Joe Roscoe puts it up. Joe Roscoe scores another 2. He has 9 points. 80-24. It's a blowout, folks. Turn it off and go to bed. Williams with a shot, partially deflected by Roscoe. Rebound Weldon. Ahead to Roscoe. He's got Campbell, he's got Fowler. Fowler a couple steps. Dunk, no good. You gotta learn how to dunk there, Fowler, if you're gonna do that. He's checking his hand for blisters. Lee Fowler, another missed dunk. We had 3 dunk attempts tonight. Only 1 went in, and that was Ryan Schock, most unlikely of the candidates for the dunks. Downingtown brings the ball in. More pressure defense there by Salim Campbell. I guess he's trying for a winning or starting job. Ahead to Eisenhart, but not much there. Roscoe with a steal. Roscoe ahead. Ball knocked away by Williams. It belonged to Norristown. Coach McGee yelling out to play. Bobby Mayo. Give some credit to the subs. It's going to be a foul there. It looks like it's going to be on number 41, Brad Weldon. Push foul from behind. And he's smiling. He knows it was his foul. It's his first foul. Like I was saying, give some credit here to the subs. Salim Campbell and Joe Roscoe and Bobby Mayo. They're getting some quality time here on the floor, and they're showing their stuff. They're not a bunch of walkovers, all right? They're showing that they can gel, too, on the court. The foul's going to be on number 20, Joe Roscoe. That's his second foul. Now we're in a 1-on-1. Norristown's 7th team foul. We're in a 1-and-1. And from now on, Downingtown will be shooting. Some fans are packing up and going home. They've had enough. 85-24, 3:41 left in the game. I guess as they say, it's not over till the fat lady sings, but I think she's warming up. Williams with his second shot. Made the first one, second one. He has 2 points on the night. Norristown with the rebound. Salim Campbell drives. He was packed, but they called a jump ball, and it belonged to Norristown. Joe Roscoe inbounds to Lee Fowler. Over to Bobby Mayo, loses the handle temporarily. Over to Salim Campbell to Roscoe for 3. Roscoe pulls up. Joe Roscoe, another 3-pointer. He's got 12 on the night. How many times has Joe Roscoe come off the bench and score 12 points? Well, when you're winning 88-5, I guess that's when you do it. We have another jump ball. It's going to belong to Downingtown. And 2 more subs coming in for Norristown. That's Ed Martin, number 35, and Donald Vaughn, number 23. As Joe Roscoe comes off the court, Joe Roscoe leaving with 12 points, and Lee Fowler doesn't have any points, but he contributed big time on defense. And they get a big round of applause. Joe Roscoe getting a big hand there. 12 points for the senior. Downingtown looking a little befuddled out in the court. Weldon double dribble. Another violation on Brad Weldon. Just can't seem to get it clicking right now. That's okay though. He's an experienced player. He shakes it off. 88-25, 3 minutes to go left in the game. Salim Campbell to Donald Vaughn. He keeps it alive. Donald Vaughn out to Campbell. Campbell over to Weldon. Checks a 3. I'm sorry, there's another one. Another violation, and Weldon's getting a little upset, but he has to remain calm. He has to remember this is a non-league game, and you have a 63-point lead. You got to take it easy. You got to take it in stride, and you got to come out next time and try even harder. And we're going to have a basket here. It's by number 34, Colt Blythe. First 2 points for Colt, and first 2 points in a long time for Downingtown. Donald Vaughn throws it away. It's going to be a backcourt violation as Weldon picks up the ball. Downingtown's Ken Williams will take the ball out. Skip passes it in number 20, Jeff Kitchen, who's guarded by Bobby Mayo. Salim Campbell with a steal. 2 points, and he gets the foul. Salim Campbell doing a little hot dog in there. He's happy to be out there. Salim's a real go-getter, a real excited guy, and he has 7 points on the night, and he couldn't make it 8. He was so happy, he even congratulated the Downingtown guy. And one of the fan favorites is coming back into the game, number 20, Joe Roscoe. Joe Roscoe looks like he's going to come in for Salim Campbell. Salim has 7 points so far, going for 8. Converting a 3-pointer here. Somebody yells out they want 100 points, and hey, they could get it. Salim Campbell makes his foul shot. He has 8 points. Joe Roscoe's subbing in. Salim Campbell doesn't know where he's going. He's going to the bench, but he has 8 points. Strong performance by Campbell. Salim's a 5'7" senior who's getting his just due on the court right now. Downingtown bringing it up with a 91-27 deficit. They were never in the game from the get-go. It was all Norristown. Here's Mayo off to Roscoe. It's off Roscoe's foot. Nope, it's going to belong to Norristown. It's off a Downingtown foot. Fans, you better bring your crossword puzzles and your word searches, because if they're going to be playing like this, you're going to be bored. 91-27 into Martin. Mayo checks out the offense. Over to Roscoe. Roscoe with 12. He hands it off to number 33, Milan Dean. Nothing there, but Ed Martin puts the ball right back up, and it's 93-27. Mayo on the defense. Roscoe tries to intercept it. That's Cheney with the ball. Over to Williams. Williams for 3, and he's got it. Ken Williams has 5 points on the night. Bobby Mayo pulls it up the floor. Over to Dean. Dean with a 3. Nothing there. The rebound, Downingtown. Williams brings it up for Downingtown. Guarded by Mayo and Roscoe. Williams ahead. Nothing there. We're going to have a foul. Fouls on number 35, Ed Martin. Folks, you know it's getting bad when the fans are cheering for that century mark, and that's all they really have to cheer about, because it's a total blow. 93-31, Norristown beating Downingtown, and you look over at the Downingtown bench and all you see are frowns. Alex Lafayette, Daryl Johnson, they're both frowning. They don't know what's going on out there. As Ken Williams sinks both of them, and he has 7 points. Ahead to Milan Dean. Dean, no good. Rushed it there. I don't know if they can get those 7 points. Oh, maybe they can. Mike Eisenhart dribbles it off his own leg. Norristown takes back over. Roscoe to Bobby Mayo. Back to the whole game. 96-32. Williams with a shot. He gets his own rebound, puts it up, and he's going to be fouled. The fans are just totally alive. They're on their feet. They're cheering. I'm excited, the cheerleaders are excited, the fans are excited, and this team's got to be excited. As Joe Roscoe has poured in 15 points, 3 3-pointers for Joe Roscoe. I have to keep yelling because his fans are so loud here. Ken Williams, who has 7 points on the night, he puts in another one, has 8. I'll tell you, Ken Williams, for coming off the bench with 8 points, he's keeping his composure on the line. It's tough in this Norristown gym. Pretty loud, but he has 9 points in the night, and he has 9 of the 34 Downingtown points. Mayo brings it up. He's got 42 seconds. He's blocked. Blocked there by Tim Harvey. It'll belong to Norristown. Joe Roscoe bringing the ball in. I guess if you want to score points and put it back in Roscoe's hand, he seems to be hot. Milan Dean, no good. Rebound number 34, Colt Blythe. Blythe over to Williams. Williams looks at the clock, 33 seconds. Roscoe with another steal. Roscoe dribbles in. That's 98 points. 25 seconds left to go. Downingtown's just totally befuddled here. I know I've used that word before, but I can't find another word. They're totally shocked. 98-34. We're looking for a steal here to satisfy this crowd. And the foul on number 35, Ed Mart, as Tim Harvey puts in a bucket. Tim Harvey goes to the line to get another shot. And the fans on both sides of the floor here are standing. You'd think this was a game for the playoffs. You'd think this was one of the PIA District 1 playoff games, the way the fans are into it. But they want the century mark. They want 100 points. That's Harvey with a 3rd point of the game. Jump ball belongs to Norristown. Everything seems to be going Norristown's way. They have 7.8 seconds, and they have some hot hands out on the floor. Martin to bring it into Mayo. We've got Roscoe and Dean. Dean's got the ball. He looks at the clock, takes it over to timeline. He's going all the way, and Milan Dean puts in the 100th point for Norristown. We haven't seen that in a long time. Norristown totally destroys Downingtown, 100-37, and they're being mobbed at center court. Milan Dean puts in the basket, and they might as well cut down, because this is like a playoff atmosphere, folks. And if this is what we can look forward to, we're going to have a long and prosperous season here for Norristown. We'll wrap up right now. We'll go over the points. Maurice Allen had 14, Joe Roscoe 15, James Wiggins 14, TJ Tolson 7, Ryan Shockley with 11. Leading the way for the Whippets was Alex Lafayette. He sat most of the second half. He had 12 points. I'm almost hoarse. We have final score 100-37. That's right, a 37. And this is Neil Schaefer signing off at Norristown Area High School.